Hey guys, it's Brienne here, and so I'm back with a very long overdue video. Yeah, I actually just went on my channel and I checked out my previous videos and I didn't realize I've never actually made a proper, dedicated video to Who Made Me a Princess. So I might have to do that sometime soon, especially since in a way it kinda is completed, which I'll get into in a second in case you're like, what? But yeah, I've never made a video just on Who Made Me a Princess and I can't believe it because that's the first manhwa I ever read and one of my ultimate favorite ones. I love it so much. So yeah, I just can't believe I've never made a video. It could be because it's not completed and now I just try to make videos on completed manhwa, but regardless, that blew my mind just now. And speaking about just now, so I just finished the latest chapter of Who Made Me a Princess. If you're unaware, it updates every 10 days. I don't know when it last updated, maybe like 3 days ago or so I believe, but that could be a lie. Especially by the time this video has gone up, there might be a new chapter, but regardless, I digress. And so I've finally caught up to the storyline because I haven't been reading manhwa, but this is a manhwa that I've still been slowly catching up to just because I love it so much. And I should probably go forward by saying I'm gonna do my best not to do any spoilers, but if I do, I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. But yeah, I probably won't do spoilers, but just in case I do, just throwing an apology. So I feel like this topic in a way is kind of bittersweet to me when it comes to this manhwa, but at the same time I don't know how accurate this is and we'll get into it, but alright. Where do I start? So like I mentioned prior, in a way, even though it's not official, but in a way Who Made Me a Princess is basically completed. Like the main storyline has now finished. Like the main mana, dark mana, magician, evil family, uncle, evil noble plot. I feel like I just threw in a whole bunch of words, but basically that, the main storyline's done. It's finished, the whole thing has been resolved, because if you are unaware, Who Made Me a Princess is based off of a novel, and then it became a manhwa, like most manhwa I feel might be the case, not too sure about that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Spoon is the person that is doing the manhwa, or at least just the illustrations of it. And so that whole storyline is done. And I've looked everywhere because I wanted to have the information that I read in front of me, but I have looked everywhere. I didn't screenshot it and I didn't save it, so I don't have the actual, I don't know where I saw it. It might have been a tweet. Or it was on somewhere, but I can't find it anywhere. And considering this fact that this is a manhwa and it is Korean, Spoon is Korean, and so they post things in Korean and I cannot read that. I wait for the English translation, so again, I don't know how completely accurate this is, so I just want to say that first, just in case what I read wasn't true. But I do, in a way, I do believe it because I could definitely see it being true, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So in the tweet, or the little picture on a tweet, whatever it was that I saw, someone was saying that even though the main storyline is completed in Who Made Me a Princess, Spoon is now going to continue the story and by adding more romance in it, because Who Made Me a Princess, there is cute little jealousy, there's a cute kind of love triangle, kind of trope, if you will, which is my guilty pleasure. But it's more of a historical princess family kind of story. So there's not a lot of romance. If you're going into that, I wouldn't recommend this one. Again, the novel has bits of romance, but that definitely wouldn't be the main tag, I'd say. Because I have read little parts of the novel, as best as English translated as it could be. And yeah, I haven't seen too much romance. But yes, as I was saying, Spoon is now continuing the story and making it with more romance. And according to this person, again, I don't know how true this is, they are doing this just because they felt more pressured, and that just by fans and that who either were disappointed or were just, I believe they said were harassing them online about the romance aspect because they really enjoyed the possible romantic interactions between, I'm gonna say the two characters, because like I mentioned prior, there is a bit of a love triangle going on. And yeah, so in this user's little excerpt, they were saying how Spoon, it seems like they were just really harassed, and I feel like they probably would have ended, or possibly would have ended Who Made Me a Princess where it is now if it weren't for all these outraged fans that really wanted to see the romance aspect wrapped up and completed, and I guess felt like they were missing out on something if they just leave it at that. And that's where it's a bit bittersweet for me, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it, because honestly, like I mentioned, love triangles and that are my guilty pleasure, and I really do enjoy the interactions between the female lead, and I'll just say Lucas. I don't know if he's the official male lead, And then there's also Ezekiel. So that's when I talk about the love triangle. If you're unfamiliar, which I hope you're not unfamiliar, because I hope this isn't like a spoiler, because again, I apologize for that. But basically there's Athanasia, Lucas, and Ezekiel. Hopefully I'm not butchering Ezekiel's name, but I think in most translations it is that. And so they kind of have like a kind of like childish kind of jealousy thing going on. Like there's little moments like I mentioned prior. And again, I personally really enjoy it. And they're some of my favorite chapters because that's just something I personally really enjoy in a manhwa, and because this is my favorite manhwa and I am so emotionally attached to these characters, I love to see it. And so I want to say in a way I get where fans are coming from, because like it is disappointing and kind of sucks to not see if she's gonna end up with one of them in that, because in the novel I believe she does end up with one of them. I think it might be on the last chapter. Again, I don't know too well just because English and Korean translations, and I do not know any Korean, but I have seen, I won't say who it is or anything like that, but I have read like one of the chapters, possibly the last chapter, that has an interaction, and I feel like that leaves it off on a positive romance note, and the rest is left for imagination. And yeah, so in a way I do get that, but even though like I want to see, I'll be honest, I want to see Athanasia with Lucas. That's all I'll say for now. Who knows, maybe I'll leave it for another video. We'll see how this goes. And so yeah, like in a way I do get it, but at the same time I don't feel like, again, I don't know how much this person meant by saying that the author has been harassed in that for romance, and that in a way they're like forced to put it in, if you will. Like obviously they're not forced, but I'm sure they don't want to let down their fans, and especially since this might have such a big fan base, because I feel like I do see Who Made Me a Princess everywhere now. So I get that, but like yeah, I just, as much as I'd love to see Athanasia with Lucas, and it would be a bit of a letdown, I just don't think you should like kind of harass someone and possibly be really negative towards the author that helped create, I guess I'd say, this manhwa, because obviously it was the novel and then turned into a manhwa and they're the illustrator and that. But yeah, it just like puts like a bad taste in my mouth, and it's just like how, like obviously it's not everyone, and even though I do to a certain extent agree with people, like I just don't believe you should ever really like be that negative and possibly harass people to that extent, because like it's just crappy. Like it's just a crappy thing to do, in my opinion, and I feel like my opinion is pretty valid. So yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video, because again, I don't know how accurate this was. Again, this was, I believe, just a translation I saw on Twitter or something, and someone was just explaining how even though the main storyline's done, the story is still continuing because of the romance factor. And if I am incorrect or giving any inaccurate knowledge, please let me know, because I don't want to share false knowledge, and like I'll happily pin the correct knowledge in the comments below, but that is just what I have personally seen. Again, if I can find them, I'll try to find them before I post this video. But yeah, to me, like, it just sucks to see, because like it just shows how like certain fan bases and that can be so toxic. And like, don't get me wrong, I guess spoiler in a way, in the last chapter, it was cute. It was a cute chapter. It was another like love triangle-y, jealousy kind of chapter. And that's also why I wanted to make this video, because after reading it, I could see how the author felt, I hate saying forced, but felt forced to make it, because honestly, even the ending, like, I don't know. Like, I really enjoyed the ending and I thought it was cute, but like to me, like, it just didn't feel right. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really happy to see it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see it. But, like, it just didn't feel the same as it did earlier. Like, in other little cute, jealous chapters and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, it just put a bad taste in my mouth, even though, like, I'm gonna continue reading this manhwa, and I really do enjoy this manhwa. And, like, I'm sure others do, because, like, great. It's great. But, yeah, can we just, like, not aggressively attack people online? Like, is that too hard? And also, if I'm wrong, maybe the person that posted this or whatever was wrong, and maybe people didn't actually harass them or were really aggressive or negative or anything online, and this is just a whole misunderstanding, which I would love to be the case. But like, I don't know, I could see it honestly being the case, and it just makes me sad, because like, I feel like if you've put out such good work, you should be rewarded, and then you shouldn't feel like you did something wrong, especially if you're happy with the work you put out. And I feel like they have all the right to be happy with the work they put out, because again, everyone, it's subjective and everything, but I think they put out a banger. But yeah, so that's where I stand right now, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because like, I still can't believe I just don't have a Who Made Me a Princess video. Like, I really have to do a dedicated video, and I feel like now would be a good time, since I said it's basically completed in a way, if you don't count this possibly forced romance arc thing that's happening right now. And again, like, I'm happy to see it, because like I want Lucas to win. Like I love him and Athanasia. Like, should I make another video? Like, I want to say how much I love them together and how I find their relationship so— honestly, I'll make it another video. I'll make it another video. But then at the same time, then I feel like I'm being negative. Like, I'm not harassing, or I'm not saying the manhwa wasn't good without it, but like, I just see how their relationship— I'm gonna make a video. I just don't want to add to like people harassing. Again, I want to say it's Spoon. Please correct me if I'm wrong, and Spoon's just the illustrator and there's someone else helping with the manhwa, or that's doing the manhwa. Please correct me, because even though I do have a channel dedicated to a bunch of manhwa, I still don't fully understand everything, and like I don't want to be ignorant, and like I want to learn. So please politely correct me, because I want to know. I want to know like what's right and what's wrong and all that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Like, let me know how you feel if you have read Who Made Me a Princess, which I hope you have, since we're talking about it right now. I want to know your thoughts on that. I want to know how you feel. Like, would you be happy if there wasn't any, like, a romance— I'm just gonna call it a romance arc. If there wasn't a romance arc, like, again, I'd be a little bit disappointed if there wasn't, but like, if the author's not into it and doesn't fully want to commit to it and they're just not feeling it, like, I don't want them to have to do that. I feel like you can just tell when someone's not putting their all in their work, and like, it's just upsetting to see. Like, even people on YouTube, when they make videos, I feel like you can sometimes tell when their heart isn't in it. And like, me personally, I'd rather them just take time off or just not do something if their heart's not in it, just because I know they want to put out something that they really enjoy. And yeah, hopefully this video isn't too random and rambly. I probably should have told you guys to get a tea or a snack in the beginning. And I always say you should watch my videos in like 1.5 or 2 times speed, because like I'd recommend that, because I feel like I ramble so much. But yeah, I guess stay tuned for a Who Made Me a Princess video. Stay tuned for my anime clothes video, which I keep mentioning, but I've never actually fully named in a video. But basically, I don't have a huge collection of anime clothing or anime like inspired clothing, but I do have quite a few, and I wanted to show you how I like discreetly style my clothes, because I don't really wear very obvious anime clothes. Like, it's more of a if you know, you know kind of clothing. Like this little guy right here, I love it. Like, if you know, you know. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff down below. Again, please let me know all your thoughts down below. Like, I'd love to hear it, and I will try to be respectful of people that say Athanasia should end up with Ezekiel, even though I don't agree, but it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day or had a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.